Today, you and I are going to be involved in a whole number of different relationships with people, conditions that we find ourselves in at work, at home. And no doubt, some of our interaction with those relationships will be remedial, meaning trying to repair things that we know could be better. And of course, we will, by and large, enter into a few new relationships, as that seems to be a part of life. Relationships serve a very specific purpose in our existence as human beings. We set out, as we do from an early age all the way through advanced age, into these various relationships because even though we may have never considered it before, it is our relationships, it is through them that we are introduced to ourselves, that we get to meet part of ourselves that we would ordinarily never see, let alone be able to experience, through the various revelations that are inherent in any relationship, what they bring to the table. We're hardwired to be in relationship with life, with others. And there's a very beautiful and natural part of us that pursues relationships because, as I said, it's through these relationships that we discover really who we are, what we are, the truth of ourselves that can't be discovered in any other way. Now, the reason that we want to, the reason we're moved to discover the truth of ourselves is quite simple and to the point of this short video. We all want to grow. We all want to become, and you may call it what you will, better, truer, higher, more illumined human beings. We can say it the other way around. We want to be less dark, less subject to negative states. We would like to be more kind to others, and even said further, we would like, some of us, to understand what it means to be in direct relationship with the divine. Call that what you will. But you see, there's an important point, and I think some of us forget it, at least daily, if not in the long run. And that is, if the purpose of these relationships is for us to grow into who and what we are created to grow into, there is no accidental growth. We are not going to accidentally become wiser. We are not going to accidentally become more patient. We are not going to discover by accident what it means to be compassionate or forgiving. Growth of any kind, whether it's physical or into the more ethereal realms of one's potential soul, growth requires effort. It takes work. And a very specific work, because what we have within us is a part of us that doesn't want to do anything at all and still get everything, have our cake and eat it too. Well, we can't have a new consciousness, a new mind, and not place ourselves in those situations, into those relationships, where through those relationships we encounter and ultimately discover the limitations that are inherent in who and what we presently are. Because we can't talk about growing without revealing what it is that we are presently contained within. And we are, in one way or another, contained in a certain kind of consciousness that has very distinct boundaries. We all know them. We experience them by the things we don't want to do, we don't want to go through, people we don't want to be around. Because those persons, those predicaments, reveal to us parts of ourselves that when they appear, they're unpleasant. And the parts of us that don't want to grow will always blame those persons or situations for the suffering that we're experiencing. But the truth is, that suffering that we experience in those moments is the indication of an opportunity to grow. Growth is not accidental. It is a choice. It is a daily, moment-to-moment effort on one's part to be present to what life is bringing, and then, with as much grit as we can muster, to enter into whatever the possibilities are, no matter how bleak or dark, or seemingly promising, with a wish to understand ourselves, to be present to ourselves, and to realize from those moments that whatever it seems to be that's keeping us glued in our chair, inert, in some kind of pain over the past, that all of those situations exist as a very distinct kind of promise that if we'll agree to them, if we will take the step we're sure we can't, that we will grow. And what we grow into is the realization that who we were, what we have been even the moment before, is not the limit of our possibilities.